here. And then if other people join in, they can just join in. Again, if there's any issues, just message. Hold on. Laptop not working. Here we go. And again, if you don't feel like using weights today, you can drop them. If you want to use your beer keg, you can do that too. Listen to your bodies. Again, there'll be lots of different modifications. Yeah, just do what feels good. Try to find some energy in this sunshine here. So starting at the top of our mats here in mountain pose. Again, you can rock back and forth. Maybe we wiggle it out. I always like to just kind of wiggle out any of the leftover morning in me here. I can roll our shoulders back and down maybe a couple times. Maybe we roll our neck around, whatever you need here to kind of settle in. And then finding stillness in our mountain pose here for a breath or two. Taking a nice cleansing breath here, inhaling through the nose, filling up your belly, your ribs, and your chest. And exhale, sigh it all out, let it go. One more time, nice big inhale through the nose. And really audibly, loudly sigh it all out. Just let everything go. And just once again, taking our focus inward here. Taking a few moments just to let go of our morning. Starting to notice what's going on inside you. And maybe we just take a deep breath in and accept what it is. Perhaps we focus for a moment on a memory that makes you smile. And maybe we even smile while we stand here for a few moments, finding some positivity and gratitude, especially for our bodies, for allowing us to find this amazing movement. Just noticing your breath, maybe feeling your chest rise and fall. Maybe you can even just feel your shoulders lift up and then fall back down. Feeling your feet strong and rooted in the ground. And then in our next few breaths, we're going to slowly start to wake ourselves up. We can wiggle our fingers and our toes. Maybe we bat our eyes open, letting in all this beautiful sunshine here. Beautiful. Taking some nice slow sun breaths. Inhaling up to the sky, nice and slow, opening up our shoulders, breathing everything in. Exhaling down through heart center. One more time, a nice, slow, big inhale here. And exhaling down through heart center. Inhaling up to the sky. Exhaling into that baby back bend, cactus arms here, really squeezing our shoulder blades together, shining our heart forward. Inhaling up. And exhaling back down through heart center. Beautiful. Inhaling up to the sky. Exhale, hinging at our hips, finding our swan dive, forward fold, letting ourselves be heavy, torso really rooted on the upper thighs here, bending our knees as much as we need to, especially if this is the first movement we found this morning. Again, you can rock side to side, maybe back and forth, whatever you need here, making sure our head is nice and heavy. Really lengthening out our hamstrings and letting go of tension in our back before we start. Beautiful. We're going to inhale to our halfway lift. Find that flat back. Exhale, bend our knees, forward fold. Beautiful. Inhale, rising up to the sky. Exhaling, mountain. One more time, inhaling up to the sky. Exhale, really hinging at our hips, swan dive, forward fold, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, rooting down to our feet as we rise up to the sky. And finding our mountain pose. Beautiful. Inhaling up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold, planting our hands, reaching our left foot to the back of the mat, finding runner's lunge for a breath here. Again, heart shining forward. You can also lower that left knee at any time. Beautiful. We're going to lower that left knee if it's not already lowered, rising up into our kneeling lunge. Exhale, folding forward, left hand down, opening to the right. Right arm around, bringing that right knee meets left, finding our child's pose. Inhaling forward, kneeling plank or plank, shoulders over wrists, lowering all the way down to our bellies, really rooting in the tops of our feet. Inhaling up, baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Pressing up and back, child's pose just for a breath. Inhaling to our tabletop, tucking our toes, lifting our hips up and back, downward facing dog. Beautiful, really settling into your downward dog. Again, finding whatever movement you need. Making sure our spine is nice and tall, melting our heart towards our thighs. And then our next few breaths, bending our knees, walking our feet to the top of the mat. Finding forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold, rooting down, rising up. Exhaling, mountain. Inhaling up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, reaching the right foot back this time, finding runner's lunge for breath, really opening up our hips. Beautiful, lowering that right knee, rising up, low lunge here. Exhale, folding forward, right wrist underneath right shoulder, opening to the left. Left arm around, left knee meets right, child's pose. Inhaling forward to our kneeling plank, lowering all the way down. Beautiful, rising up, baby cobra or cobra. Exhale, lower, pressing up and back, finding our child's pose. Inhaling forward, tabletop, tucking our toes, lifting our hips up and back, downward facing dog. Bending our knees, walking our feet to the top of the mat, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold, rooting down, rising up to the sky. And exhaling, mountain. Beautiful. Now that we're feeling nice and warm, we're going to start with some mat work before we come back up and do our flow. So we're going to inhale up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold, planting our hands, stepping back into our tabletop here. And we're going to find our kneeling plank. Having said that, if you want to find full plank, by all means, I'm going to stay in kneeling for today. So wrists are underneath our shoulders, knees are behind our hips, belly button into spine, core is nice and strong. If this is too much for you, you can also find this in tabletop, just making sure, again, core is nice and engaged here, fingertips spread nice and wide. What we're gonna do is you might wanna move your knees a little bit further apart to give it a little bit more stability as you go here. We're gonna bring our right hand towards the left shoulder, left hand towards the right shoulder, planting them both, bringing the right hand towards our left hip, and then the left hand towards the right hip. We're gonna go through that full sequence 6 times. Again, you can lift all the way up in plank and do it there as well, whatever feels best for your body this morning. Beautiful, so let's start here finding our plank or kneeling plank. Right hand, left shoulder, left hand to right shoulder, right hand, left hip, left hand, right hip. Trying to make sure that our hips stay level the entire time. Again, pulling that belly button into spine is really going to help you engage and stay nice and neutral here. Beautiful. Slight micro bend in our elbows at the entire time. 2 more times through fully here. You should feel your core nice and engaged and turned on. I'm getting all discombobulated here. I'm gonna go one more time through. Beautiful. Finding our kneeling plank just for a breath. And then we're gonna press it back into a child's pose for a moment. Maybe stretch that out. Making our way into our tabletop. And maybe while I show you what we're gonna do next, you can even find a cat-cow if that feels good for you. You can roll your hips around. Again, fingertips spread nice and wide in our tabletop. This is gonna look almost like a spinal balance, but making sure, again, core is nice and engaged. Reaching our left foot to the back of the mat, right hand to the front of the mat, fingertips starting cupped on the mat. We're gonna inhale, and then as we exhale, lifting our leg and our hand off the mat, making sure our spine stays straight the entire time. Reaching them back down and up. We're gonna do that 10 times on this side. Nice and quick, again, making sure that your back isn't coming into place. We're not arching our back at the same time. Beautiful, so setting that up, right fingertips to the front, left toes to the back of the mat. We're gonna inhale, and then as we exhale, lift, lower, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Right hand back underneath our, oh my goodness, right hand underneath our shoulder here. Left toe still extending to the back of the mat. We're gonna inhale, lift that left leg, bring it to the right corner of the mat. And then as we exhale, we're gonna reach it out as far as it can to the side, toe down. Beautiful, a nice big rainbow here. 9 more, nice and slow, hips are level to the mat. Really engaging our glutes here to start. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Beautiful, bringing that left knee to meet the right, and we're gonna find fire hydrants on the left side. Again, you can go fists instead of wrists if your wrists are hurting you. You can also place your right forearm on the mat, palm down when we go out to the left as well, if that helps. Beautiful, so we're gonna find 10 of these. So we're gonna reach the left knee out and in. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're gonna hold that knee up in the air and pulse it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, left knee meets right. Maybe we roll our hips around. Maybe you find a cat-cow. And we're gonna find that flow on the other side. So when you're ready, fingertips spread nice and wide once again. Right toes back this time, left fingertips forward, lifting up and down for 10. Here we go. Inhaling, exhale, right, lift. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Left hand underneath our shoulder, right toe still extending. And we're going to reach that right toe over to the left corner of the mat and then over to the right. Again, finding that little half rainbow here. 8 more. Really engaging your glute as you move. Hopefully you can start to feel them turning on, getting a little spicy. 4, 3, 2, last one. Beautiful, then right knee meets left, and we're gonna find our fire hydrant on the other side. Again, that left forearm can come to the mat if that's more comfortable for you. Inhaling here, spine nice and tall, lifting that right leg up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, hold it up for pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, right knee meets left. Again, maybe we roll our hips around, maybe find a child's pose for a breath, maybe we find a cat-cow. We're gonna walk our hands forward a couple inches, fingertips spread nice and wide, tucking our toes, lifting our hips up and back, downward facing dog. Bending our knees, walking our feet to the top of the mat, finding forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, rooting down, rising up. Exhaling, mountain. Beautiful. I'm going to find a sip of water here. Beautiful. Finding our mountain pose here. If we want to use our weights today, we're going to reach down safely, grabbing them, knees bent, hands at heart center, finding our chair pose. Again, feet can be wider apart, maybe they're closer together. And we're going to find our chair squats for 8. So we're going to inhale, create length, exhale, lower, knees behind our toes, lift, squeeze our glutes at the top. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're going to hold it down in our chair squat and pulse down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it down here. Maybe we lift up just a little bit and we're going to toe tap either side for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Feet together. We can rise up to start. We're going to bring our arms in front of us. Now you might want to drop one weight and just use one, holding onto either side of the dumbbell or whatever you have. Or you can find 2 weights, just palms facing together. Whatever feels better for you. Hips maybe, or feet maybe a little bit wider than hips distance. Inhale to create length. Exhale, we're going to lower down into a deep squat. Elbows into the side body. We're going to reach our weight up front. Pull that back in. Stand back up. Beautiful. For 8 more, moving nice and slow. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Beautiful. Last one. Rising up out of that. We can lower our weights to the top of the mat here. You can shake that out if you need to. And then we're going to inhale up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold, planting our hands, stepping back into our downward facing dog. Inhaling forward into our plank or kneeling plank, knowing that you can do this in either one. Fingertips nice and wide, shoulders over wrists. We're going to find our knees to chest here. Again, your knees can be lowered, reaching your knee to opposite or to your knee to your elbow. Beautiful. If we're in full plank, we're going to bring our knee to chest. Either side. Here we go for 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Hinging our hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhaling our right leg to the sky. Exhale, bringing that foot or that knee towards our chest. Reaching that foot between our hands. High on the ball mound to that back foot. Grabbing our weights if that's available. Rising up. Crescent lunge. Maybe our arms go up to the sky. Maybe they stay at heart center. Beautiful. If they are raised, we're going to bring them to heart center. And alongside our body, finding our lunge with our bicep curl here. Inhaling to start. Exhale, lowering that left knee down. Reaching those weights to the shoulder. Beautiful. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Last one, we're going to hold it down here. Hands can go to heart center, pulsing that left knee down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Rising up. Finding crescent lunge. Hinging forward, finding almost like that airplane. Right knee is over our elbow. Palms facing the back of the mat, elbows out to the side body. We're going to find a wide row. So we're going to reach our elbows up in line with our shoulders and lower. For 8, really squeezing our shoulder blades together at the top. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Beautiful. Rising back up, hands at heart center, really rooting into our right foot. We're going to bring the left toes up to the front of the mat and reach back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Finding that crescent lunge for a breath. We're going to exhale, fold forward, dropping our weights to either corners of the mat. Rooting our hands, right foot meets left, downward facing dog. Again, you can pedal this out a little bit if you need to. And then we're going to find that on the other side, inhaling forward to plank or kneeling plank. Either one. This time we're going to reach the left leg up and then the right, really using your glutes to reach that leg up to the sky. Or kneeling plank, just reaching the foot back and back. Beautiful. Finding whichever plank variation suits you best. Inhaling here, and then left, right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Both feet down, hinging up and back, downward facing dog. Reaching that left leg up to the sky this time. Exhale, rounding in, bringing that foot between our hands. Grabbing our weight if that's available. Whew, rising up, crescent lunge. Again, arms can be all the way up, just for a few breaths. Exhaling, hands to heart center, finding that lunge and curl on this side. Hammer curl this time, so palms facing in, bringing our thumb towards our shoulder. Inhale here, exhale, lowering that right knee, inhaling up, beautiful. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and then we're gonna hold that right knee down, hands at heart center, pulse it down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Rising up, crescent lunge, hinging forward, finding a more narrow, can't think. Anyway, palms facing together, weights out in front. We're going to bring our elbows into the side body, really squeezing the shoulder blades together to start reaching back out for 8, 7, it's a row, sorry, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Beautiful. Rising up, hands at heart center, really rooting into the left foot, bringing the right toes forward and back. Woo, 9, I'm wobbly. 8, 7, 6, really pulling that weight into the left glute here. 3, 2, this time 1, bringing the right foot to meet the left. We're gonna rise up to standing. You can shake that out for a moment here. Beautiful. Finding our chair once again, so feet together or a little bit apart. We're going to bring our weights just beside the side body here. We're going to lower down into that little chair, not fully down this time. Hands can be at heart center or wherever you would like them. If it's available, we're going to lift our heels off the mat. Weights beside the side body, palms facing forward. We're going to bend our left elbow, reach it forward and back, and then the right, almost like those serving biceps. Beautiful. 6 more on each side. You can lower your heels at any time. Woo. 4, 3, 2 more each side, and 1 more. Beautiful. We can rise up out of that. Again, we can shake that out. And making our way to the top of the mat. Inhale, create lift, hands at heart center. You can drop your weight at any time. As we exhale, lower just into a baby chair here, rooting into the right foot, left knee towards the chest, reaching that left foot back on a 90-degree angle, finding our warrior 2. As Harley comes to say hi, arms forward and back, Palms facing forward, elbows are bent to start. We're gonna place our palms up. We're gonna straighten that right leg as we bring our weights in towards the shoulder, finding a bicep curl. Exhaling out, inhaling in. 7 more, nice and slow. 6, he's just checking up on everyone. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, hold it out here. Beautiful, elbows still bent, lunging into that right knee. We're gonna pulse up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, bending our elbows, hands to heart center, straightening that right foot, finding our goddess squat here. Sorry, I'm just gonna try to move him a little bit out of the way. Come on, it's very nosy. Beautiful. So centering in, finding that goddess squat. Back is nice and straight. We're gonna inhale to start with our straight legs. Hands can be at, actually, you know what, we're gonna do this one. Palms facing in. We're gonna inhale here, spine nice and tall. As we exhale, we're gonna lower our hips. And then as we straighten our hips, arms out to either side, elbows still bent. Lateral reach here, beautiful. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, now he's annoying Molly, 2, last one, beautiful, lowering down, bringing our weights to our hip creases here. We're gonna pulse here, tiny pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. We can rise up out of that. Maybe again, shake it out. Hands to heart center, pivoting that right foot. Left toes pointed to the top corner of the mat. Lunging in, finding warrior 2 on this side. Beautiful. Opening up, palms forward, elbows bent to start. We're going to bring our palms down. As we straighten this left leg, we're going to bring our weights in towards the shoulders. Exhale, opening up. Really working our triceps here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Beautiful. Hands to heart center, straightening that left leg, finding our goddess pose one more time. Beautiful. You can use 1 weight or 2 for your tricep overhead press, depending on where you're at and what weights you have. So I encourage you to find 1 weight or 2 here, or none, whatever feels best for you. We're going to lower our hips down, spine nice and tall. We're going to keep our hips lowered the entire time. Reaching our arms up overhead, elbows pointing forward. And we're going to slow this movement down this time. So we're going to pulse them down for 1, 2, reaching up, 1, 2, beautiful. Elbows still bent at the front of the mat, 2, up, 2, 7, 6, spine nice and tall, knowing you can straighten your legs at any time if this feels uncomfortable for you, 4, 3, 2, last one. Beautiful. Reaching up, bringing our hands to heart center, straightening our legs. We can heel toe that in. Again, we can shake that out a bit. And then making our way to the top of the mat or the middle of the mat, wherever feels more comfortable for you. We're going to find our tree pose. Beautiful, either with weights or without. Right toes pointing out, flexing the foot, externally rotating, bringing that foot into wherever is comfortable for you, making sure our spine is nice and tall. Now, if this feels like it's enough for you today, I encourage you to stay here if you'd like. We're going to find it around the world. So elbows stay bent the entire time, palms facing open. We're going to inhale, reaching up and over. Again, elbows bent the entire time. Exhaling down. Only doing 3 more of these on this side. Inhaling up nice and slow. Exhaling down. 2 more. Last one. Beautiful. Hands to heart center, closing that out, shaking it out. And finding that exact same motion on the other side, rooting into the right foot, left toes pointed, flexing, externally rotating, and bringing that left foot in. Again, spine nice and tall. Toes can be on the mat as well. Palms facing forward, elbows bent the entire time. Inhale, reaching all the way up, tracing a beautiful big circle. 3 more. This is really good for your shoulders, all those tiny little muscles in there. 2. Ooh. And the last one. Beautiful. Hands to heart center, closing that up. Again, you can shake that out. Making our way to the top of the mat. We're going to lower our weights to either sides of the mat and finding our mountain pose here. We're going to inhale our arms up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, planting our hands, stepping back into our tabletop, and we're going to lower ourselves all the way down to our bellies. And again, you're going to have an option to use weights or not. I wouldn't suggest using weights if you have more than 3 pounds, but if you're really comfortable in your upper body, then I invite you to do so. Beautiful. Lowering all the way down to our bellies. I'll show you this without weights first. Arms on either sides of us, almost in a cactus style here. Forehead rooted on the mat. We're only going to lift our upper body today. So really rooting into the tops of our feet and our pubic bone to start. We're going to inhale here. And then exhale, lifting our chest off the mat, reaching our arms forward, really squeezing our elbows in, pulling our arms back. And lowering back down. Beautiful, almost like a half Superman locust pose here. We're gonna find 8 of those. Again, if you wanna use weights in your hand, I invite you to do so. Beautiful, nice big inhale here. And as we exhale, rooting in, lifting up, reaching forward, squeezing back, lowering down. 7, really squeezing those shoulder blades together, strengthening our back here. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Beautiful, lowering all the way down, hands beside our ribs, pressing up and back, finding a closed leg child's pose, really releasing our low back here, counter stretching out. Arms can also be by the side body, hands by our feet. Beautiful. And then on our next few breaths, pressing into our palms, making our way up into tabletop. And then over into seated, finding our bridge pose just for a couple here, bringing our weights with us if that's available. Lowering, hugging one knee in and then the other towards our chest. Again, maybe rocking side to side, massaging out the low back there. Beautiful, keeping our knees bent, feet on the mat. If it's available, we're gonna bring our weights just above our hip creases here. Hips and knees are in alignment. We're gonna inhale, and then as we exhale, lift our hips up to the sky, squeezing our glutes. Exhale, lowering almost halfway. Don't lower our bums all the way to the mat. And then lift back up. Beautiful. For 8. Trying not to let our glutes fall to the mat. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, beautiful. Last one, we're gonna hold it up and pulse up for 10, 9, just tiny pulses. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, lowering all the way down here. We're gonna find a chest fly. So palms facing each other. Again, elbows bent the entire time. We can leave our hips lowered on the mat, or we can lift them up just into a tiny baby bridge here. And then as we exhale, opening up to the side, tracing our chest line, inhaling up to the start. Beautiful, finding 7 more. My couch was in the way. 6, 5, feeling the resistance as you squeeze back up to the top. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Beautiful. Bringing our elbows into the side body. We can lower our hips down. We can let our weights go. And maybe we windshield washer that out side to side. Beautiful. Coming back to center, we're going to find our figure 4 stretch. So right ankle below our left knee, right toe is flexed. Maybe we just press this right knee towards the front of the mat. Or we can reach through, grabbing the back of our left thigh or the top of the left shin, stretching out the right glute here. Right toe is flexed. Breathing into those tight spaces. Beautiful. Exhale, releasing that, uncrossing our legs and finding that on the other side. So left ankle below the right knee, left toe is flexed. We can also hug that knee in, whatever feels good for you. Making sure our shoulders stay rooted on the mat. So we're not rounding, we're just stretching here. Beautiful. On our next breath, releasing out of that, we're going to uncross our legs, arms and cactus or T, and we are going to windshield washer that out a few more times, nice and slow, really releasing our low back here. Beautiful. Knees back to center, reaching our right or our left arm over our head, rolling over onto our side body and pressing up, finding our tabletop pose. Spine nice and tall here. And then as we exhale, lowering into our cow, heart shining forward. Exhale, rounding in cat. This is also going to release our core muscles here that we tried to keep engaged most of the time. Couple more times here. One more time. Beautiful. Finding neutral, inhaling our right leg to the back of the mat. Exhale, rounding in as we bring that foot in between our hands. Maybe we walk it out a bit more. Rising up, low lunge, opening up the left hip here. Maybe we even find a little bit of a movement, really stretching that out as well as the inner thigh. Beautiful. Exhale, folding forward, right knee meets left, finding our tabletop. Reaching the left foot back, rounding in, bringing that foot in between our hands. Again, we can walk that forward. Rising up, and then maybe we find a little bit of a pulse if that feels good. Beautiful. Exhale, folding forward, planting our hands, left knee meets right, tabletop, fingertips spread nice and wide, tucking our toes, lifting our hips up and back, downward facing dog. And maybe moving around in this downward dog feels really good. Beautiful, finding stillness for our breath, bending our knees, walking our feet to the top of the mat, finding that forward fold. Really letting our head be heavy. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, rooting down, rising up to the sky. Exhaling into our baby back bend cactus here. Inhaling up. Exhaling, mountain. Beautiful, finding 2 big sun breaths here to end. We're gonna inhale, maybe bend our knees, reaching up nice and wide. Exhaling, hands down through heart center. One more time, inhaling up nice and slow. Exhaling, down through heart center. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope I got your glutes at least a little spicy. The love and the light in me truly sees and honors the love and the light in each of you. Namaste. And have a beautiful rest of your sunny Saturday. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Laura. Have a good weekend.